So hey everybody, this is a little tour of the set that we built for our production of Arsenic and Old Lace. And I figured I'd go ahead and start with the curtain closed and show you what it looks like with whenever the audience walks in. So I'm going to go ahead and have my man open up the curtain. Go ahead and open up the curtain and show you what it looks like whenever Now this is a high school theater, and I happen to be the shop teacher, and I had 3 students helping me out with this. There are 16 scenery flats, and it stretches all the way across this stage. And the very center of that, just to kind of get you a scale, is a little bit over 15 feet tall to that very peak. And so we're going to go ahead and take a tour here of this set for Arsenic and Old Lace. You can see as we get closer and closer, this thing does get bigger and bigger. The stage is pretty large. Now everything here is built in sections. You can see right here that we have a number of these scenery flats, and these scenery flats have all been attached to each other. Hey, can you bring up the stage works and the house lights? Thank you. And all these have been fastened together to get the illusion of one continuous wall and everything. So I had to stand back in order to get the whole thing, because just standing right up here, can't really get a good scope of what it looks like. Now, there are a number of entrances and exits for the actors to go in and out of. I guess kind of my favorite one, and I'll start with it, is the stairs, and the stairs are, they are functional. The railing is functional. And so the stairs lead up to this platform, and here's the back of the tallest set piece, looking out onto the audience and the sound booth up there. Leads us up here to this platform. There's down the steps, and then for an exit, the actors can go down this back set of steps, so they don't have to stand up here the entire time waiting for their next cue. I just kind of think this is kind of just a cool shot right here, just because. Anyway, so then they can come down this back set of steps and wait out their next cue, and then whenever their next cue comes up, then they can go ahead and climb on back up the steps and wait for the next cue. Now, if you're familiar with Arsenic and Old Lace, with the play itself, there's a cellar, and underneath the steps here, I went ahead and built in an exit for the cellar. So I'm going to go ahead and go through here. This pops me right back out onto the stage, and there's the steps over there. And instead of having a door, yet another door to put in there, I went ahead and hid the entrance to the cellar behind this scenery flat right here. So it's kind of a dual purpose thing. All right. So there's 2 exits. We have the stairs and we have the cellar. And now here's the door to the kitchen. And the door to the kitchen just leads off stage. There's Backstage. Greenroom is over here. So they can go ahead and access that. And here's what the back of that looks like. Now, whenever they come in through the window, the infamous window, they just come here through the curtains. And the curtains cover up the back of the window, and the window is just held shut by a couple of magnetic catches down here, so the actor just pulls the window open. You'd think, being the guy who built this, I'd know which way they go. And that actor can go ahead and go through, and that leads them to the infamous window seat, which my kiddos built, complete with Mr. Splinazzo. How you doing there, buddy? And so that's another way the actors can get on and off of stage, and they use that. And then the last way that they can enter and exit the stage is over here through the front door, which I just used a regular entry door for the interior of a house. And so they can exit through this way. And again, we have a curtain pulled over so that whenever they go out, it covers up everything behind there. They can either go off stage through the curtains and come around this way, or if they want to weave their way through and try not to trip over any sandbags, they can do that as well. So now we're backstage, and backstage is kind of my favorite view of the whole thing because it really gives you an idea as to how big this thing really is and what kind of work it takes. I wish that I could kind of get you a better shot of that, but it gives you an idea of how those 16 scenery flats that we built all go together, and then how I stabilized them. I suppose this is typical. Now, I'm not a theater person, but I suppose this is typical from the books that I've read on set design and construction. These jacks with the sandbags on them. There's one there and one there. That's what I used, and then I fastened these angles in the corner so I could get my 45-degree angle to get this particular part of the scenery to angle toward the front of the stage. Now, all this back here, you'll notice that there are no jacks on any of that, but all these scenery flats back here are fastened to the steps in the front of the scenery. And same with these right here. However, these two scenery flats, they're not fastened to anything in particular. They're just freestanding. They're screwed together, more or less. And there's a couple of sandbags right there for those. Okay? And then, yeah, well, same thing over there. These over here also have jacks. I'll show you these. Okay. Let me shut that. Now, whenever we're done with this play, of course, everything is going to come down. Everything is going to come down, and so we built it to where, I designed it and we built it to where the entire thing was going to be modular. All these scenery flats, they're all, most of them are 4 feet wide, and they're varying in height from either 10 feet, 12 feet, 13 feet, or 14 feet, based on what I thought looked good at the time. The staircase is also modular. This right here, this is one set of steps, and then this is also one set of steps right here. And there's this I guess we'll call it a stair riser right there that the upper set of steps sits on, and it's designed so that the corner of the riser also serves as a step. You can see I just covered that with some plywood, and that's a step. So between the upper set of steps, the lower set of steps, and that riser, we have an entire staircase. Now here's another part. This is a platform, I guess for the back, and it's screwed to the steps, and it's also screwed to this interior platform, which is 6 feet long. It's the biggest one in here. This platform connects essentially connects the front of the scenery, the front side of the scenery to the back side of the scenery. And this large platform is fastened to, just like in the back, is fastened to this upper set of steps, which is identical to the back steps, because again, I want everything to be modular. There's another riser underneath there that we can't see because it's covered in plywood. I made another auxiliary platform to tie that upper set of steps in with the lower set of steps, and then here's the lower set of steps. All the balusters are screwed into place and everything, so the railing is functional. So if somebody does happen to trip or slip or something like that, which we always hope never happens, they can grab the railing and they will be fine. So I don't really know what else to talk about. Again, I'm not really a theater person, but being the shop teacher here at this school, I figured I'd go ahead and video this, because it's kind of a shame to put 3 months worth of work into something like this, only to have it tore down the exact evening that you finish up. So I'm gonna have my man turn the lights back on. Can you turn the house and the stage works off again and bring up preset 10 one more time, please? And so this is roughly what it's going to look like whenever it's showtime. Hey, did we ever adjust the lights to where the peak of that?
Yes.
Okay, could you turn those on? Or whatever whatever we're using. Obviously, I'm not a lighting guy either. I'm just the builder.
I have to turn the board on real quick.
Oh, never mind. Don't worry about it then. We get the idea. So anyway, thanks for following along, and hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.